Hey man, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. In this video we are going to do a little top 10 list of the best 0% balance transfer credit card offers on the market. If you don't know what a balance transfer is, it allows you to move a balance that you have on an existing credit card to a new credit card that you would open up that is giving you a promotional 0% interest rate for a certain amount of time. Now all of these cards are going to have a balance transfer fee that you have to pay up front, usually 3%. And even though I understand you don't want to pay that fee, you oftentimes are going to save more by paying that small fee and doing the balance transfer than you would if you were paying the interest on your old card that has the high interest rate. In doing this top 10 list, we're going to look at the length of the 0% offer, but then we're also going to balance that out a little bit with, does the card have rewards? Is there a bonus opportunity for new card holders? All of those sort of things. That said, let's get started. The first card on the list, the Blue Cash Everyday from American Express. No annual fee, 0% for 15 months on balances that you transfer on to this card. There is a 3% balance transfer fee that you will pay when you move that balance. In addition, this card is going to give you nice rewards on an everyday basis on your purchases. So you're going to get 3% on your grocery store purchases cash back, 3% cash back on online retail purchases in the US, and then 3% back on gas station purchases, 1% back everywhere else. Those 3% categories are all going to have a cap individually of $6,000 per year. So if you spend over $6,000 in grocery store purchases, for example, then it would go down to the regular 1% rate on the card. But those are pretty nice caps. You do have, as I make this video, also the opportunity to get a $200 bonus as a new card holder if you can meet the initial spend that is required. And then after that 0% offer is over, you are going to have an interest rate that could be anywhere from 18.74% to 29.74%. So number 2 on this list, the Capital One Saver Rewards card, which was formerly known as the Saver One Rewards card. No annual fees, 0% for 15 months on those balance transfers. You do have a 3% balance transfer fee that you will pay when you move the balance from one to the other. Outside of the balance transfer offer, nice rewards, 3% cash back on grocery store purchases, 3% back on dining purchases, 3% back on entertainment purchases, 3% back at most streaming services, 1% back everywhere else, and you also can get 5% back if you book car rentals or hotels through the Capital One travel portal. After the 0% offer, you're going to have interest rates on this card that are fairly high, which is why you don't want to carry balances over the long haul. Interest rate 19.74% to 29.74% depending on your credit history. Number 3 on this list, the US Bank Visa Platinum card. No annual fee. You're going to get a 0% offer on those balance transfers for 21 billing cycles, so longer than the cards we've talked about up to this point. You are going to have a 3% balance transfer fee. After the end of the 0% offer, the interest rate that you have could be anywhere from 18.24% to 29.24%. At least as I am making this video, those are the numbers. Otherwise, this card doesn't have anything else happening really with it. It does not have rewards. It is not going to offer you any sort of upfront bonus like the first 2 cards we talked about, which is why I say this is sort of balanced between the length of the 0% offer and what else you can get from the card. This one's going to be great for your balance transfer offer, but beyond that, you're really not going to get anything else from it. Now, sometimes with these 0% balance transfer offers, you have credit cards that look good on the surface, but if you have a little lower credit score, you might not be able to get approved for some of them, and that might be true of the first few cards that we have talked about. If you have over a 700 credit score, oftentimes you'll be approved. 650 to 700 is going to be a little more of a gray area. Below 650, probably not. So these next couple cards we are going to talk about have good 0% balance transfer offers, but are probably a little more lenient when it comes to what your credit score is. First off, Capital One Quicksilver, no annual fee, 0% on those balance transfers for 15 months. This card does offer 1.5% cash back on all of the purchases that you make with the card. Depending on your credit history, you could potentially get a upfront bonus with this card. If you can meet the spending requirements as I make this video, you could potentially get an extra $200. Now at the end of the 0% offer, you have an interest rate that could be anywhere from 19.74% to 29.74%. At least those are the numbers as I make this video. So again, high interest if you ever carry a balance beyond these balance transfers at the 0% rate. So make sure that you always pay attention to that. Number 5 on this list, I'm going to bunch together 2 cards from Discover. That's the Discover It and the Discover It Miles card, both of them with the same 0% offer on balance transfers. That's 0% for 15 months. There is going to be a 3% balance transfer fee. In terms of the difference between the cards, the Discover It card is going to offer you 1% cash back on all of your purchases, but also 5% cash back on certain purchase categories that are going to change each calendar quarter throughout the year, where the Discover It Miles card is simply going to give you 1.5 miles per dollar on all of the purchases that you make. You could think of those miles as being essentially the same as a penny per mile, so 1.5 miles equals a 1.5% rebate that you are going to get back on that card. Number 6 on this list, I'm actually going to bunch 2 cards together again, those being the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Chase Freedom Flex. Both of these cards, no annual fee, going to offer you 0% on your transferred balances for 15 months. Going to have a 3% balance transfer fee with either card. Other than that, they're a little bit different in terms of the rewards they offer. The Chase Freedom Unlimited gives you 1.5% cash back on all of your purchases, and then some opportunities to get more than that on certain purchases, 3% on dining, 3% on drugstore purchases, 5% when you book travel through the Chase Travel Portal, where the Chase Freedom Flex card is going to give you 1% cash back on all of your purchases, but 5% in certain purchasing categories, similar to what we talked about with the Discover It card, where the 5% changes each calendar quarter. And then that card also going to offer you 3% on dining, 3% at drugstores, 5% when you book travel through Chase Travel. After the 0% offer is over on the balance transfers, your interest rate could be anywhere from 19.99% to 28.74%. At least those are the numbers as I make this video. Number 7 on this list, another card from Chase. It is the Chase Slate Edge. No annual fees, 0% for 18 months, so a little longer than the cards that we just talked about from Chase. You're going to have a 3% balance transfer fee. Other than that, though, not a lot going on with this card. You are not going to have any rewards. You're not going to have a potential bonus offer up front like with some of the other cards. After the 0% offer is over, you're going to have an interest rate that could be 19.99% at the low end, 28.74% at the high end. Number 8 on the list, the US Bank Cash Plus card. No annual fees, 0% for 15 billing cycles. On this card, there is a 3% balance transfer fee when you move a balance on to it. In terms of what you're getting beyond the 0% offer, this is a cashback card giving 5% cash back in 2 purchasing categories that you get to choose from a list that US Bank provides, 2% in 1 everyday category. That also is something you get to choose from a list that they provide, and then 1% cash back everywhere else. After the 0% offer is over, you're going to have an interest rate anywhere from 18.99% to 29.2%, at least as I make this video. Number 9 on the list, the Bank AmeriCard from Bank of America. No annual fees, 0% on those balance transfers for 18 billing cycles, 3% balance transfer fee. Beyond that, nothing going on with this card. So you don't have any rewards, you don't have an opportunity for any sort of upfront bonus, which is why it is a little lower on the list. But if it's just that 0% offer that you're looking for, this is a good choice. And then finally on the list is the Wells Fargo Reflect card. No annual fees, 0% for 21 months on those transferred balances. However, the reason it is last on the list is because this one actually has a 5% balance transfer fee versus the 3% balance transfer fees that we saw with the other cards. So obviously you're getting a longer period than with some of the other cards here, but you're paying a higher fee in order to do it. Also, this card not offering you anything beyond that 0% offer really, other than being a credit card, so you're not going to get any rewards. There's no upfront bonus opportunity for you as a new card holder. So once the 0% offer is over, not too exciting. There are plenty of cards that offer balance transfers either at 0% or at other rates that are not on this list, and there are various reasons why some of these cards did not make the list. Sometimes it's going to be higher balance transfer fees. Sometimes it's going to be that there are no balance transfer fees, but you're only transferring at the regular interest rate rate of the card, so it's not really all that much of a savings unless you're going from a card that's at like, 29% to a card that's at 14%, which there aren't that many opportunities along those lines. And there are other reasons why some cards didn't make this list as well. And if you want to talk about those, ask me in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not leaving a comment or going to the website, you might want to watch next this video.